Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Groove podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with Obi-Wan Kenobi, the season finale, part 6, episode 6. Yes, 6. Episode 6, part 6. And IMDb gave this episode 6, part 6, an 8.5. What do you think about that?
I think that's fair because there's actually adventure and action going on, which has been lacking from this show for a long time. So, there's a proper fight. It's legitimate. Like, it looked cool. Some of the stuff was cool. I wanted the Reva Obi-Wan fight, and that didn't happen. But
yeah, it's weird. Lame. Yeah, it's weird because I was like, well, are they going to fight? And if they are, I mean, Reva's she's still sort of a youngling when it comes to her skills as
she's gay body.
Jedi,
but
right?
The point is, though, she spent the whole show chasing Obi-Wan and then doesn't do anything with it. I'm like, okay. Right. Then he tries chasing Luke after. Like, I don't know. I don't like her motivations.
Yeah, she seems it's weird because it's like, okay, you're going after these kids didn't do anything to you, and you were in a situation where Anakin came in and killed all of your friends. You saw all of this. Now you want to do it. So that's kind of weird and strange to me. It's like, so why are we doing this? Why are you doing this?
I have questions. How did she survive getting 2 lightsabers? Because Anakin did his job when it's in the temple. Right? Yeah. And then he stabbed her again in the episode 5. So how did she survive that? What is she made out of?
I don't know, man. But here she is stabbed in the stomach or whatever, and just like going from planet to planet. And
you should be in a hospital right now.
Like, where's the first aid kid?
She crawled over to the communicator and then got into a ship, and she's walking again because she got out to Tatooine and she beat up the guy that was at the plant, the tuna plant, whatever that guy is. Mm-hmm. She beat him up with the Force, and then she's huffing and puffing. So half the time you're like, oh, I'm wounded. Other half the time you're walking around like everything's fine. Like, motivation was terrible. I'm disappointed because it seems like a waste. If you're going to introduce a character that could be cool, because she has the Force powers, she has a lightsaber, like you have the potential to make something cool, but do nothing with it. It's kind of a waste. And you focused the whole series on her. It seems kind of a waste to me.
It was the Leia and Reva show, really.
Literally, yeah.
I mean, and then this is how you end, the season finale is with her crying, like, I can't kill him, he's a boy, yada, yada, yada. It's just like,
well, you cut a woman's hand off because she looked at you funny.
Right, like, why didn't you kill Leia? It's just like, I know the motivation was like, Obi-Wan to come and rescue Leia and then I can get him, but still it's just like, I mean, come on, this is weird.
Motivations was trash. I'm disappointed because it's a waste. Like, the fact that you introduce new characters and then waste them, like the Grand Inquisitor. What do you do? He didn't do anything. He just talked really snide, and then he's cowering next to Darth Vader in the episode 5 or whatever. Like, we should go after them. Like, no, we're gonna go this way. He's like, okay. Like, that's all he used him for. This guy's a badass character. So waste, absolute waste. I don't like the direction of the show.
Yeah, it also seems like when the Grand Inquisitor and Darth Vader were like all like in the ship, and the Grand Inquisitor was like, we should go after this ship, not just one Jedi. He was sort of like standing up to, Vader, and Vader was like, no, we're going to go here. It was generally Vader would have just like snapped your head, so.
Yeah. So what he should have done was like, hey, let me go after them. You go after Obi-Wan. Done and done. Mm-hmm. Problem solved. You don't need 2 Sith Lords or whatever on the ship. I got this. You go handle your thing and let me do my job. He didn't even want to do that. I don't know.
You want to give a brief overview, then we can just get into everything?
So Obi-Wan is on the ship after they escape the 2-ship thing, the switcheroo. And everyone's like, Obi-Wan, don't go. He's like, I got to go. He's like, don't go. Everyone's crying. He's like, I got to go. So he leaves. And he saves everybody because he left, which is, he should have done that in the first place. And he leads Darth Vader to this planet where they have their fight. And the planet visuals are cool. I like the visuals because it's it's like volcano-ish type thing without the lava, and they have rocks everywhere. I thought the visuals were cool. And then Reva crawls onto her ship and goes straight to Tatooine and finds finds a Luke.
Mm-hmm.
And so Uncle Owen and Brew, they do a they do a light battle.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. It was
very
okay.
light.
Like,
battle.
Come on, she should have made chopped liver of that. Like, come on, man. You got the Force, you got a lightsaber. Like, that should have been easy. That is Swiss cheese stuff. But here's the problem, though. Mm-hmm. Because they know they are in A New Hope, they can't kill them.
Yeah.
And that to me is the problem for this show. There's a lot of things that they should have done, but they can't do it because of the movies. Yeah. Like Obi-Wan's battle with Darth Vader. Darth Vader, he should have killed Darth Vader there.
But he can't.
But he can't because he's in the movies.
Right. And, Luke rescued him. So it's just like, you can't kill this guy.
Mm-hmm. You can't kill him. But like Obi-Wan had him dead to rights. When he had the Super Saiyan Jedi powers, he's throwing rocks at him. He had him dead to rights. He cuts his mask off and is like, all right, peace out, bro. Like, this guy killed planets, all right? Billions of people died after you did this. Literally, billions of people died. Maybe trillions in the universe because you left this guy chilling on a planet by himself. You could have ended all this right now. And then, Sith Lord would have to find something else to do. You literally, Alderaan at the minimum could have been saved because of this guy. So, like, my love for Obi-Wan has gone down dramatically because they tried to fill in the gaps. Because they should have never filled in the gaps. These kind of things they didn't really need to know. Yeah, that's the show. That's the show right there.
They did. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, Reva decides that she's not going to kill Luke, and that's the end of the show. And then we have 20 minutes of credits.
The credits were like around an hour. I was like, "What's going on with the credits?" It was like crazy.
It was a lot of credits.
The show was the episode was really about maybe 35 minutes long. And
it wasn't long at all.
Like the intro, then the credits and everything else. I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. I will say this about this episode.
Yeah.
Right? This episode, it looked a lot more cinematic. It looked a lot more like a Star Wars movie.
Yes, it did.
It had the feel.
It didn't have the music, but it had the feel. Like, it was almost there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was almost there. It had the look and everything.
And I get with, just even based on that article I sent you from Vanity Fair, which Annie Leibovitz did the photography, by the way. They're all about storytelling. That's what that's how they want to like go forward with all of these different shows and everything within the Star Wars universe. They want to do some storytelling. But if you really take Kenobi, right, it was like really 5 episodes that really did the whole storytelling, and then at the end,
you could have trimmed the fat a lot on this show. And
it was so much you could. And what did I say? What did we say? Like, this whole season is all about like rescuing Leia and bringing her back to her own galaxy
6
or planet.
episodes of rescuing Leia.
Yeah,
6 episodes of that. 1 episode of Luke, and Luke was running for his life. He wasn't doing anything heroic. He wasn't cool. Luke was a biatch, all right? He's running for his life. He hit his head falling down. That was Luke. The savior of the galaxy was running, fell, hit his head, and Reva was like, here you go. Here's a kid back. Peace out.
This is like, I get the whole storytelling. I get the whole different direction, right? With Disney and like the Star Wars universe, right? I also understand like them bringing in film like directors, not just like the regular old folks. Like, let's get some real people in here that know how to do storytelling, writers, this, that, and the other. But it just seemed like they got their groove at around episode number 5. That's when they got their groove.
They need some script doctors to polish this thing up and get to it, get to the point.
1-800 Script Doctor.
Like, really, you gotta polish this sucker up, get it like more streamlined, get it busy. Because
it was too much.
You don't have a lot of episodes.
Yeah, it's
not a lot to work with.
But I will say this though, right? It feels like the second season may be really good. Because what they did was, and this is why I'm going to say that, right? This is why I say that. Because they took the first season of Obi-Wan Kenobi, sort of built this story. Now we know what it is. And then they left other sort of stories they could build along the way, right? What's going on with like Reva? Is she going to become a Jedi now and help Kenobi?
You think she's going to get a show?
I don't think she's going to get a show. I don't think. Well,
I heard rumors about this. She's going to get her own show.
I don't know if she can hold it down herself, though, right?
No.
I would like to see a show about the Inquisitors. That would be sick.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like the whole team there.
Sick. Yeah, exactly.
All the brothers and sisters.
Right. Like, how did the Inquisitors come about? Because no one knows, right?
Mm-hmm. I'll watch that. Inquisitors, I watch that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I did.
Leave her alone.
Slightly. No, yeah.
I don't know. Like,
she doesn't. She's not even like when she fights. She's not even swift when she fights. You know, she's not like Jedi like when she fights because she has like so much anger, and you know she doesn't really know how to control that.
She's not
almost
polished.
Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why like every time she was gonna fight, so like Obi-Wan or Darth Vader, like it was easy. That was a layup. They didn't have to put any effort into it. Like Darth Vader just used the Force to defeat her. He's just bored. That's how weak she is in fighting. He's just like, get out of here. Stop it. Just stop. Like, just cut it out.
But the other thing they did was they sort of made Vader like vulnerable. Like they showed they showed his anger. You know, he was like grunting and everything when he was fighting Kenobi. Like, I was like, wow, this is not Vader. Vader just be like, wham, 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 wham.
Vader's Human Call Collective. He's good to go.
Yeah, you know, one hand on the hip, the other one with the saber. Just like, dude, I'm not getting mad, you know. But we all know that, like, just based on like the movies, Anakin is just, he's really, 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 he has a lot of rage. He's upset. He wants revenge. Life. He had a tough life, you know, and it's just like, so he's been trying to like, you know, get revenge, you know, with Kenobi for a really long time. It still doesn't happen. It's not going to happen because you can't kill both of these characters, right? So it's kind of silly because it's like, oh, well, you know, you have Kenobi, and during these like seasons, we do know that Vader will, you know, follow and chase Kenobi. But they can't kill each other. So it's just like, so why even have that?
But here's the thing, though, about the fight with Darth Vader and Obi-Wan. I thought they would do it in a way where Obi-Wan just barely escapes and he gets away, and then they just deal with it. They would never see each other again until A New Hope. I thought that would have made more sense. But he had him dead to rights. That does not make any sense.
Yeah.
It would have been better like if he had to escape and he had to do some trickery or whatever to just get out there just in time. Because Darth Vader was going to finish it or whatever. That makes more sense. The fact that Obi-Wan had 2 chances to kill this guy and save the galaxy 2 times, and he failed 2 times, is not good for Obi-Wan's legacy. That's terrible. Because he had a Mustafa, he cut off all his arms and legs, and he's on fire sitting on the edge of a volcano.
Yeah.
And this time he cut his helmet and jacked up his chest. And it was like, all right, I gotta go. Later, bro. Like, what? It doesn't make any sense. That's terrible.
Vader went back to the ship, got a new helmet, a brand new helmet, brand new like chest pack, brand new RGB pads.
Some LEDs. Like, back to evil.
You are my master. Yeah. But you know, again, silly, this episode, silly. It was silly, and again, we know that we cannot kill Vader or Kenobi. Not quite sure about Reva. We obviously can't kill
Reva.
Luke.
Doesn't exist in the movie, so they can do whatever they want to her.
Right. We can't kill
you
Luke.
You can't kill
Leia.
Luke, Leia.
I mean, come on.
You can't kill Uncle Owen and Beru until the movie starts. You can't. There's a lot of stuff you can't do.
So many like characters that you cannot kill.
Yeah.
It's very strange and interesting because the second season, what does that mean?
But this is my problem with them focusing on Tatooine and Skywalkers. You have a set path that you have to go down no matter what.
Yeah.
So why would you focus on this family and this storyline when you could? The galaxy is millions of planets. You could do whatever you want in that universe. But they had to attach to the Skywalkers, otherwise no one would watch. So they should have gone in a different direction. I don't know what they did. Why they thought to go this path. It was pointless. Like, if you think about it, this show ended and is basically a loop. Nothing happened in between the beginning of the show and the end of the show. Because everything is still on its path. Inquisitor's still alive. Darth Vader's still alive. Reva's still alive. Luke is safe. Leia's at home, being a princess. Nothing's changed into the 6 episodes. Nothing's changed. So, like, my feeling about the series is disappointing because you couldn't do anything because you painted yourself into a corner by having to do a show about these characters.
Yeah, it's it's definitely sort of disappointing because we already know what you cannot do.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, with these other movies and all these other shows and, you know, just the Star Wars universe, you have to bring these characters back.
You're stuck. You can't do anything with them.
What's Star Wars without Darth Vader and the Jedi?
Yeah.
Right?
They have no choice in the matter. There's nothing they can do about it.
You already showed us a young Luke, so you can't kill Luke. You know, Leia is Leia. You can't do anything to her. No.
She has to make it to A New Hope, and she's got to deliver the message to Obi-Wan and pretend like she doesn't know who he is, which is weird. You went on the whole adventure with this guy, and you're like, Obi-Wan, some guy that my father knows. You used to work for them with the Clone Wars. Right. Can you help me? That's the message is, hey, this random dude that my dad knows. Can you help me? It's not like, hey, Obi-Wan, remember me when I was a kid? Like, can you help me out? Like,
you know, what's the other disappointing thing is, you know, when you have a show like this and then you get one really good scene, especially in a show like this where you have like fight scenes, you know, they gave us the best fight scene, like the last show, right? So the last show was basically a really long trailer, right?
Yeah.
It was just like, I mean, why didn't we have any cool fight scenes in the other episodes and the other parts? It's just like, that really disappoints me when, you know, the whole finale is the finale and that's when you get all the action and everything else. It's just like, and again, I understand the whole story building, like for the 5 episodes, and then number 6 is the finale.
You don't need story building.
Yeah.
We have 4 movies with Obi-Wan in it. 4.
We have decades of story building.
We have 4 movies. Obi-Wan is the main character. 4 of them, right? You don't need to build him up with, he's got to get into this thing here and it's going to build his arc. No. We got 4 movies of Obi-Wan. Plenty of that. We got information. We got books. We got TV show. We got everything we need to know about the Clone Wars. So we got actually 5 movies because Obi-Wan's in the Clone Wars movie too. So we got 5 movies with Obi-Wan. Clone Wars TV show. We don't need to get into his motivations and build up his character so he can do he should have been cool from the beginning, doing cool Jedi things. The whole show. That's what should have happened.
Yeah. You know,
start for the rant, right?
In the Clone Wars, he's like I think that was 7 seasons. I think he's maybe he's not in 10 episodes, maybe.
Yeah, he's in the bulk of the shows.
He's him and like Anakin and Ahsoka, they're like the bulk of the show, like you said.
The bulk of the show, yeah.
It's like it's just I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. Okay, well, Obi-Wan Kenobi season 1 is done. We said we would not rate this until the end of the season, the finale. Okay. So do we rate episode 6 or do we rate the entire show? What do you want to do?
We do the whole show.
Okay. All right. So, Keo, Obi-Wan Kenobi, what's your rating?
I've been thinking about this and I give it a 6.5. It's a 6.5 for me.
Why?
Because there's good elements. There's good elements. I like the fight with the end fight, episode 6. That was a cool fight with them. You know, I thought it was all right. I don't like how it ended, But I said how it should have ended, but that's fine. But like, my issue with the show is, like I said before, like there's no resolution to anything. Nothing changed. Literally nothing. If you started episode 1 of Obi-Wan and then got to episode 6, you skip all the middle parts of it. The show is still fine. Everything's good. Nothing changes.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to rate Obi-Wan Kenobi, the entire first season, a 7.5. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm going to give it a 7.5 is because you can tell that they have a lot of runway to do some really cool things, to create some really cool stories. I'm not quite sure if they're going to do that, though, because you may just have a bunch of bumbling weird people like in a writer's room and just trying to figure, Awkwafina may be like, man in a whole like writing room. It's just like, okay, she's the head writer.
Fire everybody.
This is not going to work, right? But
you do not understand the characters. You need to fire everybody.
Yeah, it started out slow. It started out weird. Like Kenobi was feeble. I mean, he got all of his powers back in like the
He should have never lost them.
Right, got them all back. I mean, and then with episode 6, that kind of rounded everything. It basically put a bow on it, right? Because the fight scene was sick. Kenobi and his powers, he got all his powers back. I mean, they were doing some
Super Saiyan.
Yeah, they were doing some things there that you really didn't see in like other movies, but obviously we can understand that because, it's decades later.
It was a bit over the top though, because like Yoda was struggling to pick up like a radiator, and Yoda is one of the most powerful Jedis of all time. And this guy, he picked up all kind of boulders, just winging them like no big deal. Like that's incredible. Yeah. Yoda struggled to save Obi-Wan and Anakin in the Attack of the Clones. Or fighting Count Dooku. He had to stop. He dropped his cane, and he had to struggle to stop this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how the Force works, all right? But if Yoda struggles, you should struggle.
Yeah, he's the master, the master Jedi. I gave it a 7.5. Again, I'm kind of interested in knowing what season 2 is going to be like. Hopefully,
you think there's season 2?
It's got to be. I mean, just based on the articles and everything I've been reading, they are like, Star Wars, Lucasfilms, they're really starting to realize that, we screwed up on some of these other movies.
The last 3 movies were terrible.
Like,
I hated everyone.
Completely terrible,
I hated everyone.
Han Solo, like, why? Why do we need that, right?
Actually, the last 5 Star Wars movies have been terrible.
Yeah.
4. Oh, I'll go with 4 because I liked the Rebel one. I liked Rebel one. So
Rebel 1 was okay. And all these movies aren't like George Lucas. They're under his company but he sold his company. But all these movies are,
You could tell it doesn't feel like Star Wars. It doesn't. Right. It's in the universe, but it's just not quite the same.
Yeah,
because George would have been like, no, change that guy's uniform. Change this thing. Put this guy here. Like, this doesn't make it. Like, he would do that. He would have. He would at least. Whether you think George is a genius or he makes terrible scripts, he would have changed it in a way to make it feel like Star Wars. And this stuff doesn't feel like Star Wars.
He would have made it fit. And I also see that Kathleen Kennedy, she's starting to bring George Lucas back because They really want to nail this. They really want to nail this. And it's just like they have all these other shows coming up. You have Andor, Acolyte, Ahsoka
They spent
Tano.
billions of dollars on this IP, and it's losing money right now. They got to solve this thing.
They really do.
People are not happy.
Yeah, because there is no way, absolutely no way that you can take an animated figure like Ahsoka Tano and make it into a TV show using Rosario Dawson.
You think that's gonna bomb? You think that's gonna be trash?
Man, that's like, I'm gonna just put it out there right now. It's gonna bomb. You just can't do it.
All right, that's fair.
Like I said, Ahsoka she's swift. She's sick. She was Anakin trained her. She's smart. She's savvy. She moves. She jumps. I can't see that in a regular show, a TV series. I can't.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah. That when she's in Mandalorian, she looked good. Her fighting looked good, but yeah, it wasn't cartoon level for sure.
Yeah. Well, but yeah. So I don't know, but they have a lot of other like things like about to pop off with the universe. Like I said, Andor, Acolyte, Ahsoka Tano. That's coming out 2023. Andor seems like that may be interesting, but you can see again. We'll see. Yeah, you can see that they have a lot of different storylines that they could make shows out of. However, you always screw up because you overthink things. It's just like, okay, we're going to make, Kenobi a sad figure like for the first 3 or 4. Yeah, it's just like
there's
this
no reason
guy,
for that.
This is Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's the man, right?
He's a G. Why would you make him miserable cutting tuna for 3 episodes? That's stupid. That's terrible writing. Because I think that the guy, whoever the guy is, the showrunner, he was like, we have to do this in a way so that people can relate to him. Like, I was like, wrong. Stop that. Stop right there. Mm-hmm. I relate to Obi-Wan because he's awesome. I would like to see him do awesome things all the time. There's a perfect time to do it. He's in his prime. You do stuff. He can go on adventures and still check in on Luke. That's what you should have done. You spent all this time being a nanny. Dumb. And
the weird thing is, you can't. I mean, when people say things like that, we have to like make him like believable or acceptable amongst other people. It's just like, but we don't know what everyone thinks. You can't please everyone. So you can't go to the drafting table and say, hey, you know what? How can we please majority of the people? There is no way you know that. Just like make Kenobi, make him do awesome things like you said, and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Let me ask you this
here. Yeah.
Okay, so Obi-Wan Kenobi, season 1 is done. Mm-hmm. Who was your favorite character in this season?
I'll go with Darth Vader.
Really?
Yeah, Darth Vader, he's still doing his thing. Mm-hmm. I heard that James Earl Jones didn't do his voice. They had like some computer animated thing did it.
Yeah.
Like because he's like, James Earl Jones was 90 years old? Like, how old is he? He's an old dude, right? So they had like a computer generated vocal thing for him. Wow. And you could tell like some parts are like, that's not James Earl Jones. Because he had inflections when he says stuff, and he was like, that's not him. It sounds right, but it doesn't feel right.
Okay. So I'm going to answer that question. I think my favorite character, you know what? It's probably Leia, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you why. In this entire episode, this entire season, Obi-Wan Kenobi, out of all the Star Wars characters that were in this season, Leia was the one true to form, right?
Yeah, she acted like Leia. Leia's sassy in the movies.
Yeah, Vader was, he seemed like he lost a little bit, right?
That's fair.
Kenobi lost everything until like the 5th or 6th episode, right?
Yeah.
Reva, I would have said Reva, but her rage, like it was all about her rage, and I never liked characters like that.
Yeah, she was one note the whole show. Yeah. And she started crying at the end. I'm like, yo, where'd this come from?
Yeah, exactly.
You cut people's hands off. Like, where was this all sad talk
She's
before?
Sensitive. How about that? I never knew Reva was sensitive.
You need to go around the galaxy and apologize to every family member you killed. Like, come on, man.
I was waiting for Kenobi to like take a little hanky out of his like side pocket, like, here you go. Come with me. Oh, you know what? Here's the other thing, right? What if, and I know, Jedis can't have relationships, but what if Kenobi and Reva like linked up? Had Jedi kids, younglings, you know what I'm saying? Created like a Jedi Academy, like the Obama Jedi Academy. They have to put like the Obama Academy of Jedi, something like that. I don't know. It's just, You got to do something.
Yeah, they got the Space Martin Luther King Academy of Jedi. Like, you know, they always got to put a name on there first. But yeah, like I don't think he likes her at all. I think he's pitting her at the end of the show. I'm like, damn, that's kind of sad. She's bawling her eyes out. Like, okay,
yeah,
I get your redemption arc, but like, you didn't prove anything. Like, fine, you didn't kill Luke, but you weren't supposed to know about him in the first place. Like, she knows too much in this universe to live. She knows who Leia is. She knows the connection to Leia and Obi-Wan. She knows who Luke is. How'd this happen?
You know, I thought that they should have, you know, in real life, she wears a nose ring, like, you know, just the tooth that hangs down here. I'm like, she should have had that on, like, during the shooting, because that would have, like made her look even more, just like a bull ring. That would have made her look even more menacing. You know what I'm saying? So,
I think Reva should have been an alien instead of
alien.
Yeah. Wow. Because here's the thing, right? You have more leeway with the alien character, and there's less pressure about how you're supposed to act and what you're supposed to do, right? You do an alien, it's like, well, this is their race. What do you want me to do? Like, they're a race of angry people. Okay, cool. Like, what do you know what I'm saying? Like, you just like tattoo some eyebrows on her forehead and be like, okay, she's an alien. Done in the Star Trek way, right? They just give you some eyebrows and you're done and done. You give some elf ears. Alien, done and done. But I think they should have, because you would have had more sympathy and leeway for her. Because like I honestly didn't have any sympathy for her at the end of the show. Because based on what she was doing this entire time, she kidnapped a kid, she brutalized people in the town, she cut this lady's arm off, she's harassing Obi-Wan this entire time. She tried to kill this people escaping refugees. Like, she killed a lot of them too. Like, stormtroopers killed all these people just to get Obi-Wan.
Yeah. That's true.
And like, she did a lot of death and destruction, man. Like, if we're real honest, right?
Exactly, she did.
And then she sees Luke, and she's like, sees her as a baby, her youngling self, and she's like, "Oh, I should stop." What? Wait, what? How? How'd you get this revelation that I've been bad this whole time? Like, that you killed kids too. Like, but how's this one kid the one that you're like, oh man, I gotta change my life, get my life in order?
And not Leia. Leia should have you should have had the same reaction, you know, even though you were not trying to kill her, you know. So
she tried to torture Leia. Like,
true.
Add to that, she tried to torture her.
Oh, she's force sensitive. Okay.
She tried to torture a 10-year-old kid.
Leia
and
was
now
like,
she's like, oh,
now
I
what?
change your heart.
Leia was like, now what?
She's a little white kid, and she's like, I gotta change your heart. Get out of here, man. Terrible script writing. You ruined the character.
Okay, well, who was your worst character?
Wow.
I mean, imagine this. While you're thinking about it, imagine this. Imagine if your worst character was the lead character.
Yeah, that would suck a lot. Obi-Wan wasn't my worst character. I would say Reva, because I didn't like her motivations for anything she did.
Mm-hmm.
She brought the Leia to the base. She got half of the base destroyed. All her motivations were weird. And she's like, oh, I just put a tracker on them. But you had them dead to rights. They shouldn't have left in the first place. Yeah. You don't fix it by, I put a tracker on the ship. Like, yo, you had them in jail already. I don't know. I feel like it was kind of a waste, and they should have handled her character better.
You know, I'm also going to say Reva, and I'm going to say Reva because, you know, you really can't say Vader or Kenobi was like your worst character because, you know, they're part of the whole universe, right?
I got back love for both of those characters. Like, they're banked already.
Right, they're banked. So, you know, even though I like Reva, you know, I really enjoyed her. I think that, you know, if there is a second season, she's going to have like a nice little part in this. But, you know, it's Reva because I couldn't go with Vader and I couldn't go with Kenobi. And, you know,
there's not a lot of people to choose from.
Right, you know.
The exactly. Talia or whatever that had that, she helped the
Tala.
refugees.
Yeah.
Tala. I liked her character. She was cool. Ice Cube's son was all right. He was talking like he's from South Central, though.
Yeah.
He's from the ghetto. He's from Compton, like Space Compton.
Straight out of Compton movie, you know. Let's speak like, you know, he's space talking
like a normal dude. Like, yo, like I don't know what it is about the Disney Star Wars stuff, but they can never get how people talk in Star Wars. Because they just say sayings and stuff like that just sounds colloquial. Like it's a galaxy far away. You're supposed to talk different. Like there's this, I don't know what it is, but if you watch the old movies, even the prequels, people in Star Wars talk differently. But like the Disney stuff, they all talk like they're normal. Like I just came from New York and I'm on the subway. I'm gonna take the A train. Like that's how they're talking. Like it doesn't sound like, it sounds like they're from Earth. It doesn't sound like they're from a galaxy far away. I don't know what to explain it, but like that's literally for me.
And I don't understand why, like in the Clone Wars, all the clones have like an Australian accent. Why? Like why? Why?
Yeah, well, that's because of the Attack of the Clones. The Boba Fett character, he's New Zealand. I think he's from New Zealand.
Yeah,
and so they just copied his
New Zealand. Mm-hmm.
They copied his accent for everybody.
Yeah,
he's basically cloned everybody.
I don't even know if I should ask this, but I will anyway. What was your best episode?
Go ahead.
What was your best episode?
Probably 6.
Yeah, it's got to be 6.
There's a lot of plot holes, but 6 is probably the best episode of the show.
6 is definitely.
It felt the most Star Wars and action adventure happen. And it wasn't you rescuing people like you were doing. Well, they did rescue Luke, but it was about you. You know, they had a decent fight with Vader. So, and the visuals look good. Like Reva doing all stuff with the lightsaber in the dark. That looked cool.
Yeah. The, 6 for me as well, like I said, it was cinematic. I mean, the fight scene with Kenobi and Vader, if you saw some of the sky shots and also just some of the just the terrain and everything.
Yeah, the terrain, it looked cool. I'm like, but I have to say this cool. Though. They do not know how to film this stuff. George Lucas has the camera set. He doesn't do shaky cams. And he doesn't do a quick cutaways or whatever. He has his camera set right here, and you're going to fight here in the camera, and then you're going to pan to the next shot. He does not run around with the shaky cam like this, like whatever. Yeah. They all do, like everybody does that. Like that's not Star Wars. Star Wars is set camera, and action is happening, and it looks good by itself. You don't need a shaky cam.
That's true. That's true, man. So, would you watch a season 2?
I guess I have to see what the plot's going to be. I'm on the fence about it. I need to see what the storyline's going to be. If the storyline's interesting and they get off Tatooine and stay off Tatooine for the whole series, I'm like, okay, cool. But if it's just back on the sand, like they got to stop that. Disney needs to know there's other planets in the universe. And the other thing that bothers me about this is that Tatooine is on the edge of the galaxy. The Hutts control it. It's not part of the Empire. So the Empire has nothing to do with this. Or all the criminals, whatever, they hide there because it's away from the Empire. It's away from that. There shouldn't be adventure and stuff going on in Tatooine. Tatooine is where you lay low. And every Star Wars show that they've done so far is all on Tatooine. There's other planets. There's other races, aliens. You got to get off of this planet, man. You got to move away.
Before we get out of here, was season 1 of Kenobi a sort of a disappointment for you or what?
Yes. Like I said before, it started one way and ended. Yeah, it started here and then ended here. And literally everything in the middle could have been removed and everything happened the same thing in the show. Like there should be something different in the show. Like you can say, oh, Qui-Gon Jinn is here, so he could talk to him now. But that was going to happen anyway. So all you had to do was meditate. That would have happened anyway. So it seems like it's a waste. Nothing happened. But if you think about it, nothing changed between episode 1 and episode 6.
Yeah, nothing at all. Even the weird thing about it is, you could have easily made this show into like a 2-hour movie. However,
yes,
that would have also been like a flop movie, because it's just like,
I don't think it's done well.
Yeah, and that's why they're starting to do shows like, series, because it's like, okay, you have a lot more leeway, a lot more creative ability to think long term at this, and just like create things.
They got to space it out so they get more viewers.
Yeah,
because we all watch a Disney Plus So they got 6 episodes of us for like a month and a half of shows from us being a subscriber. They just space that one movie that's done, people just unsubscribe.
Yep. So they basically got $20 because you were watching it for like 6 weeks. Yeah. So it's so I don't know, man. I hope that I'm into the Star Wars universe. I just hope they do a really good job at having some realism with these characters, right? Mm-hmm. Don't have Kenobi like cutting up tuna. Come on.
That's insane to me.
Don't have Boba Fett walking around without his helmet on. Right?
Chubby Boba Fett that he's retired. Boba Fett looked like he works in a bakery. Shop. Like a bakery or something like that.
Or like a mechanic or something.
Bread all day.
Right, exactly.
He's making sandwiches with bologna. That's what he looks like. He does not look like he's a feared bounty hunter.
No, not at all. This is but I gave Kenobi a 7.5. Keo, you gave it a 6, right?
Yeah, 6.5.
6.5.
I was like, there's good stuff in there, but like disappointing for sure.
Yeah, and I'm starting to see that too, but that's probably a totally different episode. But I'll just say this.
Oh, maybe we need to talk about that in the next show.
What's
disappointments in Star Wars? The disappointments of Star Wars, where the direction is going, the company.
Because I see a lot of disappointments in a lot of new shows that are being released that I've been watching on Netflix, on Amazon, on Disney Plus. I gotta tell you, man, the shows that Apple TV puts out, those joints are solid. They're not giving you any bubblegum stuff.
Let me ask you this. Do you think there's fatigue on Disney and Netflix for people who watch their content? Do you think that people are getting run down? They're just kind of tired of it?
I think so. I kind of am,
I think so too.
Yeah, because out of the 3 shows they did release, I think Mandalorian is like the rock star, right? You would think Kenobi would be the rock star, but they got to get it right on, like with the 2nd season. Like Boba Fett, like don't even come, like can that. You
cancel that right now.
Yeah, you screwed up with that, so you got to cancel it, because there's no way to come back. You can't make Boba Fett fabulous, right? You can't.
Hey, make him cool now. You
can't make him cool now, right? Exactly. So
that is corny with his gut.
And like I said, I don't know what Ahsoka Tano is going to be. I don't know about Andor. I don't know about Acolyte. I don't know. But I do know they have shows that they can build on. They have characters that they can build and create shows with. But I don't know.
I don't have faith in them. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know if they have the bandwidth to do it properly, but I don't know. We'll see. Well, there you have it. Another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I'm DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.